Well, g'day everybody, welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, think about subscribing. If you're an old hand, thanks for watching, and chuck a like on it if you enjoy the video, it really helps. Anyway, this week finds us heading down to Tom Groggin campground. We check out a lookout as well. We check out the little town of Cairncobin and a dam. We finish off pretty well back at Thredbo anyway. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink and enjoy the ride. Cheers for now. From our rugged north to the beautiful south to the centre, east, west, doesn't matter where. For four-wheel drive tips and tricks and travel and information, you've come to the right place. Come for a ride with us at Mud Ducks four-wheel drive tour. Coming down Alpine Way again. I think it's just over this river. Well, it's not even a river here, it's the Snowy Creek. I wonder when it changes to a river. I'm assuming Snowy Creek becomes Snowy River. Anyway, we turn into here. This will take us down in the Tom Groggin rest area, which is also a campground. So we'll drive in via the main drag here and go and have a look. Have a little one on now. Like an upper part and then there's like a lower part.
Yeah, there's camping everywhere
Massive.
here. It's a huge campground.
Now, having driven down from Tom Groggin campground, we thought we might as well drive down to as close as you can get to Victoria. It is COVID time, so I wasn't expecting to cross the river. So I just parked in a little car park. And we'll take you for a walk down. Popular little spot. But understandably, the road's closed, so we can't illegally cross the border, guys. We wouldn't want to do that, would we? We'll take you for a walk down into here. Just walked around the gate. A few fishers, obviously on the Murray. There's all sorts of trout down here. So you're into fishing, you come and camp at Tom Groggin, check the river out. And this is the 4-wheel drive track down. They've had a bit of rain because usually it's
Look at it.
usually you can take a bit more steps down into this. But anyhow, I'll get down close to it, give you a look. Last time I drove this a few years ago, where the water's edge is here now, there was no water. The water was probably out, oh no, another 10 feet out from here. I don't remember that concrete thing being there at all. But anyway, I don't know if it is meant to drive between that concrete block and those rocks, which would make sense. It looks the shallowest. You drive around in a curve to your left, and the exit is over about there. So I'll give you a look at this from above. I'll give you a look at this. Have a look at that. Hey,
Oh,
how good's that look? That looks pretty good. Anyway, there's a nice little area just up here. Yeah. Looks like people have driven up. Maybe you can. Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Not sure there's much you'd need to drive up here for, to be honest. No, you just park here if you got here. And I'll give you a wander alongside the river here for a look. Yes, I'll give you a good view of it. You can clearly see the line that you would take. So from around there, around to that exit there. That's your line. Fairly shallow. It'll be drivable even now, I'd say. But of course we're not allowed to because of COVID and border crossings and stuff. Anyway, just there, that's Victoria. The Victorian High Country. I can't go there. Oh well. Well, that was about it for that day. We headed back out of the Tom Groggin area and we ducked back into Jindabyne to have some lunch with a friend, and then headed back to Thredbo pretty casually. So after this series of stills, we'll get into the next day. Hope you're enjoying it so far, guys. A little bit different to my usual formats, but it's all we could do. Cheers. Well, we're into our 4th day of running around in the Kosciuszko area, and it's still raining. So we're not regretting the decision to go and stay at a motel at Thredbo, I can tell you. But anyhow, I don't know if you're catching that, we're driving down the mountain, we're at 1500 metres or thereabouts, we're still in the mist. So I don't know if that's showing the mist as nicely as it might. Sorry about the wiper sweeps, but it's raining, so not much I can do about that. But this is the joys of the high country. Just cruising in the fog. Heading down to the area we should have been staying for a look around. So, as you probably gathered to this point, what we've done is because we're at the motel, we've just using that as a base and day tripping out to the places we're going to look at anyway. So that's what we're up to today. Had a look down at Tom Groggin area yesterday. Today we're going down to G-High. And the forecast, can't guarantee it, but the forecast for tomorrow is that it clears up. So if we're lucky, we'll still get our summit walk in tomorrow up to the top of Kosciuszko. If it's going to rain or be too messed up, we haven't got all the gear to really handle walking in the rain for 13 kilometres. So if it does that, then we'll have to give the summit walk a miss. Yeah, that's the joys of running around in the high country. Is what it is. It looks pretty good. Just looking through all the mist and the fog and stuff. It's kind of pretty. It's certainly not showing you any views other than trees and fog. We were here yesterday, and this river was not as big as this. Had plenty of rain down here. This is at Leather Barrel Creek.
No man's track.
Well, we took a little turn off the main tarred road into G High Horse Camp, which, because it's a horse camp, I'm not going to get out of my way to film it as for a spotlight because it's a horse camp. We follow this little track. It's got real thin. I'm glad I got the bush barriers on, rubbing some grass and stuff. Probably wouldn't really be enough to scratch it, but hey, I've got bush barriers. Why not use them? But I'm just thinking to myself, if you come in here with your horse float, that would be a little bit interesting. Anyway, so it's not what you'd call really difficult, hardcore four-wheel driving or anything, but we found a track. Well, we have found the G High rest area, which is just off the main road there. Nice little stone building for you to hide in out of the rain. So we'll go for a cruise in here. This takes us, I'm pretty sure, through to the G High camping area and so on. This is an area we were supposed to be staying in. As you can see, in lots of ways, it's a good thing we didn't. I'll give you a wander around this in a little while, if it ever stops bloody raining. Yeah. Fires in fireplaces only. I'm going to take a stab and suggest that the
That's where the river camps were.
the old fire bands may be a bit lifted by now, but who knows. Anyway, whole bunch of campsites on the left, which I'll give you a look at in a separate clip. Now, this is the G High Plains. Now, over on our right is the old airstrip, which I think is one of the reasons they cleared this. I think it was for the airstrip. But I'm not 100% sure. There's lots of camping down the left-hand side alongside the river down there. On the right-hand side, you could camp too if you wanted to. I'm fairly confident that you're not about to have an aircraft land on you anymore. But I think most people prefer to camp down the left. This area is very big indeed. So it's just a great area to come to and camp, which is what Kaz and I are supposed to be doing, as I've said a few times. We've arrived at the G High Hut. So we might go and have a look at it. Try not to get too wet in the process. G High Hut, Kosciuszko National Park, in the rain. It's kind of flogging here. Oh. Adventure touring. That's what we do here at Mud Ducks Wheel Drive Touring, within reason. Alright, Kaz and I decided to go for a walk down the roadway here. There's a crossing down here where you would go across the river to go further down to another hut.
Baker's Flat. Oh
to Burrs Flat. Oh. Four-wheel drive, dry weather only.
Jeez, look at that! Oh, that's bad.
Oh, holy crap.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely not driving that. No way in the world. I've been across that river before. Yeah, you wouldn't be doing it today.
Definitely not today.
You have to have rocks in here. Which is kind of a shame, because down on the Swampy Plains flat, there's another hut that I wanted to show you called Keeble's Hut, but well, you're not gonna, you know, oh, I'm not stupid, so we're not going down that way. But, you know, it's just about flooded here. No, you can't say it's flooded because obviously it's not flooded, but it's in that kind of style. That water is really flowing, guys, so yeah, no chance at all.
You're not going for a swim today, they say?
No, no. What about you, Kaz? You going for a dip?
No, I'll go right downstream.
Okay then. There you go, we're both sucked out. No swimming for us.
I thought I was supposed to be like getting up.
Won't be clear tomorrow.
Now.
Go on, get it out of your system, clear up tomorrow.
It's such a beautiful area, even though we are pretty much stuck in the car.
Trapped is what we are.
At least you're going to get soaked, that's okay. It's such an interesting and beautiful array of trees and ferns as well. Amazing.
Past a few lookouts that we were going to take you to, but all there is cloud, so we're not, there's no point. Not all trips can be winners, guys.
Oh, it is a winner. We're not at home.
True, we're still on holidays,
No,
we're not
still
at work.
not. We're not at work. We're not at home, so it is a winner.
And we're at 200 series, so you can't ask for much better than that.
It's brilliant. Don't mind Steve, he's a bit grumpy sometimes.
Well, we're driving across the Cancoban Dam wall here. All the water is obviously on the left, as you can see. There's actually an airport on the right, which would be underwater if this dam wall wasn't here, I think. Anyway. All part of a snowy hydro electric scheme. So, yeah, we've driven from Threadbar across today, all the way to the other side, basically, just for a look. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Fairly sizable dam wall. And it's interesting you drive across it. It probably means when we get here, you got to turn around and drive back. But anyway, that's okay. So, this looks like the spillway coming up at the end here, where they release the water into the river. So, yeah, it's pretty flashy. The amount of stuff our engineers did years and years ago, coming up with this snowy hydro scheme, pretty impressive. So that's the dam out in front of us, obviously. Yeah. Don't swim within 200 metres of the spillway. You might get sucked through. If you're in Coburn. This is a little shopping centre here. Taking advantage of the fact that it's not raining for a minute. It's quite nice. A little town. Mostly just supports the Snowy Hydro guys, I think. Kaz and I just had a pie and some chips and stuff at the little cafe. Now going to head back into the mountains and probably get rained on again. Just taking a little turn off the Alpine Way. A little side track up the Scammell Spur Lookout. I think the rain might leave us alone for a minute, so if we can quickly jump up here and see if there's anything that we can actually see. If we can't, well, no big deal. We might be able to see a little bit. So I'll go for a quick look, a very quick look. Well, we've come to this Scammell Spur Lookout, just off the Alpine Way, or Scammel's Lookout. Now we'll have a look at it. Weather's been that crap, but trying to go past the lookout and have a look previously has been pointless, but just at the minute we've got a break in the weather, so I'll take you a quick look out here. So that's your view, which isn't too bad considering it's cloudy. So that's not bad. Lots of little misty, puffy clouds in the mountains. And just by way of contrast, I'll show you the picture of what it looks like when it's sunny. You can't see Mount Kosciuszko from here, even when it's not cloudy, because it's behind the range. Anyway, there you go. That's Scammel's Lookout. So, just one of those little hot spots to have a look at. Hopefully when you're in this area, you'll get a better day than this. Well, Kaz, what a difference a few hours makes, eh, in the weather?
Certainly does. We can see! And there's a bit of a shiny stuff in the sky. Woohoo!
Unbelievable.
Just driving in the Mount Kosciuszko region. We've come to G-High Rest Area. It's one of the places where you can camp. It's beautiful campsites. And look at this. It's been raining non-stop for 3 days. This is called Swampy Plains River. I'll go down as far as I can. Man, it's flowing. And it's overflowing. Just look at that. There is a river crossing down a little bit further. You wouldn't be doing that today. That's flowing. And it's getting higher.
Well, as the weather's let up, thought we'd have a look at this. Over the last few days we've driven past an area here called the Cascades. Now the Cascades car park here leads you onto some walking trails, which Kaz and I are not about to go and do. But what I'm here to show you is just one of these lovely little alpine rivers and the cascading water, hence the name, the Cascades. And it's a bit windy. Quite pretty, isn't it? Now, I'm not going to walk down there because you can just about guarantee it, I would somehow go ass up and wind up in the drink. I'll get a little bit closer, but not too much. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you've seen rivers before, a bit of flowing water. They're quite pretty. That's where the little creek I was showing you on the other side of the highway joins another one. So it's quite pretty. And worth a look. Now if you're into hiking, there's plenty of hikes to do from here. There's certainly a couple that I could see on the signpost. How's that looking? Pretty flash. So I won't go too far up here. This is a hiking trail. But if hiking's one of your things, then there's plenty of that to be done in the Kosciuszko region. So come down here, check it out. I'm just going to walk this little bridge here. That's probably going to do me for this little bit. But yeah, we've driven past here a few times the last couple of days. It's just been completely impractical to get out of the car to show you. But while we've got a break in the weather, be a good name for a song, that, Break in the Weather. Jenny Morris could sing it. Anyway, here's some rushing water. That's a bit loud. Now, only because I just saw this sign, I'll come up and show you this as part of these walking trails. So you can get dropped off there at the Cascades car park and get picked up at Dead Horse Gap, which is 4Ks, 2 hours to do 4Ks. Must be interesting walking. Threadbow Top Station with the Threadbow River walk up going down that way, and you can walk to Threadbow Village from here. It's 4Ks, 2 hours. So all that's available, which frankly, if you're into that, would be quite good. Beautiful vegetation, beautiful rivers, beautiful scenery. I'm not sure what else you'd want. Now, that's about all I'm going to be able to show you for this bit. This video, as you've seen by now, is a bit convoluted. I can only show you what I can show you given the weather conditions. So I hope you bear with me, guys. Okay, we'll move along and see what else we can show you. What's intriguing to me is it's quite hot in the sun. Kaz has got a jacket on. Well, that's where we're going to leave you this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week you'll see us tackling Australia's highest mountain, Mount Kosciuszko, amongst other things. I really don't know because I haven't edited it yet. Anyway guys, all the best. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you're new. Click the notification bell. You'll know when I put up a new clip. And of your old hands, thanks again for taking the time out of your days to watch my clip. And we'll see you all again next week. Take care guys, from Steve and Kaz at Mud Ducks 4-Wheel Drive Touring. Well, the sun has finally come out. Kaz is not on her own. I am here. We're at the pub, having a rum at the Thredbo Village. Up there is a chairlift. You might see that one working, I'm not sure. Anyway, tomorrow, if the weather stays good, we're going up there. Cheers!